Retro PC Durham, it's Chris here with another video. Checking out this Dell Inspiron 15 laptop. Pretty cool looking thing here. We got a irritatingly scratchy top plastic cover. Very plastic laptop, my goodness. Okay, well, we'll take a look at this thing. Coming on the side here, we've got a media tray here, and then we've got our USB port and a multi-card reader. Front end, we've got an indicator light on this end here, and that's pretty much it. Over on this side, we've got audio, USB, Ethernet, HDMI, cooling, exhaust, power, and a Kensington lock. And then on the bottom, we'll take a look here. We've got our Windows 8 tag. We have a battery connector, and this guy is, which way does this guy go? Unlock and unlock, and then, yeah, this was a weird one. It kind of like snaps out in the opposite direction, but look at how tiny this little 40-watt guy is. Very, very seemingly small battery for, I mean, I know it's a thin laptop, but that's a pretty big screen to have to be powering up with a little tiny 40-watt adapter or a battery. My current ThinkPad, which is an L13 Yoga ThinkPad, 13, I think, 0.3 inch screen, and that's got a 44 watt hour battery, which is, you know, considerably like more appropriate. All right, I don't remember how to get this one screw off, and then this guy have a clips or something to get into. Okay, we got it. Yeah, there's these little catches. Got these little catches all in here to try and keep it closed. Anyways, we'll take a look at what's going on here. We have our memory DIMM socket slot. Only DDR3L. We've got a 4 gig memory DIMM in here. And then we've got our Wi-Fi and a hard disk drive adapter here. And I think that's, yeah, we're screwed in right now, so I'm not going to remove it. But it's got, looks like one screw to hold it back here, and then screws to hold the frame in place, but it is an actual SATA connector on the system board. So there's no wonky dongles or anything. All right, now I gotta get this guy back on and screw back into place, and we will flip back over and take a look on the other side. What's going on when we open up the lid here. All right, so here's our keyboard. Touchpad. Keyboard is, you know, pretty standard island style, not incredibly comfortable, but does the job style keyboard. And then a big screen. Well, kind of. It's a 17-inch screen, but I'm not sure if the viewable is actually 17 on it or not. There's some pretty big bezels, and then a little bit of an internal bezel thing going on. I don't know if you can see that there, where it's kind of like goes dark and then gray a little bit. Anyways, let's get ourselves repositioned here and power on the system. Okay, we will power on. Now, when this machine got donated to me, it had, I think, everything already installed. The person that donated it just, you know, said, hey, listen, I don't need this anymore. Come pick it up. And all I needed to do was reinstall. Apologies for the flicker there. That's coming across. Weird that you sometimes get a flicker on a flat panel screen. I wouldn't expect it to happen, but we're getting it here. All right, so yeah, all I needed to do was actually just install Windows onto this, and I think that's everything. You know, it's possible that it only had 2 gig of RAM installed, or that it was maybe missing the hard drive, but still had the tray. My memory has faded from this, but the important thing is, it works, and it's going to be getting passed on to somebody who can make use of it. Oops, I opened the wrong file. Let's open actual hardware info and not the settings file for hardware info, shall we? Yeah, so great to be able to get a machine sometimes where there really isn't a heck of a lot of work that needs to be done on it to get it up and running, right? It needs to be physically cleaned, opened up, and have the the fans cleaned out and the processor repasted, and that's pretty much all we have to end up doing. So we've got this Intel Celeron 2957U processor. That's a dual core running at 1.4 gigahertz. And it's obviously a relatively newer, I guess. It's a Haswell series processor. So from an instruction set perspective, it's doing pretty good from instructions to be able to handle general productivity. We have the integrated HD graphics, and then we've got that 4 gig of memory installed in the system, going along with a 500 gig Toshiba hard disk drive, and then that DVD rewriter. So perfect little machine. There's nothing from a productivity standpoint, office productivity, standard computing, that this thing's not going to be able to handle relatively easily. Let's get Microsoft Edge up and running here. And we will go to YouTube. You'll see the time it takes to get something like that up and running. That is like 99% because of me not clicking on the actual button properly, because I use a touchpad here and I'm used to using a mouse or a track point. So you'll see here the time it takes now that I've correctly clicked on it for Microsoft Edge to open. That is like 99% because of the hard disk drive being slow, because it's a hard disk drive. And if I had an SSD in here, then we would have a much better experience when it comes to applications loading first time and reading and writing, etc., having to work. So we'll go to youtube.com and run our crab rave test on the system here. I don't know why I'm being lazy by going and doing a search for YouTube when I could just type in youtube.com. But I did. It's too late. I can't take it back now. All right, let's go to not run Chrome, thank you. And we'll go open up CrabRave. All right, CrabRave is up and running, ready to go here. Again, this screen, you can see here the borders, right? Like it's not a 17-inch screen. Like you should be able to fit a 17-inch screen in this bezel, but it's like a 15-inch in a 17-inch. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, 1366 by 768 is our resolution. I'm going to give 1080p a try here, and we'll see how well it runs. It's looking okay. It doesn't seem like there's any slowness or stuttering. Frame drops are very low, right? I mean, 3 out of 500, 4 out of 600, pretty decent. I would say that this is a pretty comfortable 1080p viewing experience for streaming. With an integrated camera on this one, be perfect for doing Zoom meetings and that type of stuff. Yeah, I really don't think that there's any issue with how this guy's running. So that's my look at this Dell Inspiron 15 Celeron-based laptop that I've finished fixing up here, ready to go into the donation bin. Hope you enjoyed checking this out with me. Hope you enjoy checking out all of my videos, perhaps. Staying safe and healthy as well, I hope. And we will catch you in the next one.